Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for following our videos. We are back again with another video. President Uhuru Kenyatta held a meeting with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi, and just some few minutes ago, Kalonzo Musyoka published the photos. Actually, it's Kalonzo Musyoka who made that meeting be known, and they decided to share the photos of that meeting. And the attention has been drawn to the fact that they decided, both Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi decided to make that meeting public. And of course, by just the mere fact that they decided to publicize that meeting shows that it had some political significance. If I have to believe that, one thing I believe is that these leaders meet formally or informally, but they choose to let Kenyans see what they want Kenyans to see. And what Kenyans should not see, you will never see. So the fact that this meeting was made public had some political significance. The meeting was held at Kalonzo Musyoka's current residence. And Kalonzo Musyoka shared this post and said, "It was my pleasure and joy to host brothers, the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and my fellow OCA Principal Baringo Senator Gideon Moi at my Nairobi residence yesterday evening." So this meeting was not even held today. This meeting was held on Friday evening. We are Azimio, One Kenya, and we will fully support the candidature of Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency in the forthcoming general election. Yesterday, according to Kalonzo Musyoka, this meeting was held yesterday in the evening. So why is it that they did not share the photos of the meeting immediately? So that is a question that is also being asked. Now, yesterday, the president held a rally in Kariobangi and the other side, I think of Mathare. Then after that, I think he drove to President to meet Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi. So yesterday also, I think we did not see Kalonzo Musyoka in any political rally. But again, of importance is that in part of his tour, the president, after doing the rallies, went there. So the question is, why do you think that meeting was made public? Was there some consultation between yesterday and today before that meeting was made public? Then if you look at the photos of that meeting, the president arrived and I think signed somewhere. This is where he was signing. Then there is another, if you look at this photo, I think they even went to Kalonzo Musyoka's house. Then after that, they were holding a meeting, I think, in the compound, if you look at it critically. Now, what was the political significance of that meeting? We are going to try to ponder around on the subject of discussion. But again, was it an OCA meeting? Because conspicuously missing there is Jirongo and Martha Karua. So could it mean that it was an impromptu, or the gentlemen just decided to meet the three of them? Because again, Jirongo is not seen there. So that is also something that you can question. But first, I need to make clear that there were reports initially that Kalonzo Musyoka's wife, Pauline, had been hospitalized, and she was flown back recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. So could be also the president was making his way there so that he could check on Kalonzo Musyoka's wife. And of course, because of that sickness, we continue to say quick recovery. There is nothing that supersedes the health of a person, not even politics. So there is also a probability that the president went to see Pauline. But then that do not still underscore the fact that there were political targets with this meeting, and that is why it was held public. So ladies and gentlemen, before we pursue some of the political implications of this meeting, if you are watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, kindly take a second and subscribe, and also kindly click the notification bell. When we publish a video, you will always get notified. And also remember to give it a thumbs up. And you can also give us your speculation. Why do you think it took a day for this meeting to be shared, what was happening, because the photos were all there. And what do you think was the center of this meeting? Now, one, this meeting was coming after Kalonzo Musyoka. And remember, yesterday they did an analysis of how Kalonzo Musyoka was changing goalposts on this Azimio Oka deal. Actually, this is the first meeting that they're having as Oka team, or maybe parts of Oka with President Uhuru Kenyatta, a week after the Oka deal. The Oka deal was the other way, the Oka Azimio deal. Now, and one thing that came out, if you remember, I mentioned that in the exclusive interview that was done by Citizen, by I think Musi FM, which is a constituent radio station in RMS, Kalonzo said that Raila and Uhuru kept him waiting for 3 hours at State House. And it seems he was trying to insinuate to the combination that perhaps Uhuru and Raila were held up in some meeting before they met Kalonzo. And of course, the perception that would come out was that Kalonzo was coerced to that deal, and that President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila are in the same camp, and they're just trying to drink Kalonzo Musyoka. So the fact that this meeting is held, Raila is not there, it's just Kalonzo, President, and Gideon, that brings the unity of purpose. And I think that is why this photo, they have finally decided, let's make it public. Let's make the photos public, because even the State House team did not take them. If these photos were taken by the State House team, you would have seen the State House watermark, but the photos do not have that watermark. All the photos from State House normally have that watermark. So they wanted to show the unity, and this unity of purpose is very important, because recently Kalonzo has been blowing hot and cold. The other day he was saying Charity Ngilu was the impediment of the Azimio Oka deal. The other time, they don't know what they have signed. So I think with the president, just this meeting coming over public, it shows that there is some unity in Azimio. Now, secondly, I think the president is meeting Kalonzo, and Kalonzo and the Oka team wanted to understand what is the way forward in terms of the campaigns, as in how are they going to be coordinated? What is going on? Because when the president, this meeting happened, and I think maybe Kalonzo would have just called the president and asked the president, because when the president went to Mathare, he was on a official government event. Then after that, he held some roadside rally. But after Raila also, because Raila is away, there is an Azimio caucus that is led by Babu Owino, who are also doing their campaigns. If you look at that Azimio caucus, it majorly have ODM and Jubilee. So Wiper Party seem to be sidelined, or even this Oka team seem to be sidelined in that team. And then Raila campaigns then in Nairobi have been dominated by both ODM and Jubilee. So Kalonzo maybe is just trying to meet the president to see the probability of a joint campaign. The reason why the campaign planning is very critical for Kalonzo Musyoka is because there is a school of thought, and I think I just listened to Freda Okango, who is a spokesperson, I think, of KANU, saying that Kalonzo is likely to be Raila Odinga's running mate. But by the fact that the campaigns have isolated Wiper or Kalonzo Musyoka, Kalonzo is getting worried that are these people really have really welcomed me? And I want to agree with Bernard Adewa. He was saying here that Kalonzo's problem seems to be how Raila is getting cozy with Charity Ngilu. And because of that, there are some other issues that have not yet addressed, and that is why he's feeling like he's not very contented with what is going on. So I want to believe this meeting was also trying to streamline the possibility of a joint campaign. And probably when Raila gets back, we might see an Ukambani tour. In fact, that is very important now that he said Kalonzo, Raila, Tosha. We will see a joint Ukambani rally by both Raila, Kalonzo, and probably representatives of President Uhuru Kenyatta, or even Uhuru Kenyatta himself. That is something that is likely to be there. And just to be tied with that, it's also a possibility that President is planning to tour Ukambani. And so he was just trying to get cozy with Kalonzo Musyoka to prepare ground for that tour. That is just a bit of the speculation. Ladies and gentlemen, I also feel that there is this contentious issue of Oka, Azimio Oka deal, that the coalition is called Azimio Oka. And only the three gentlemen knows, Kalonzo, Raila, and Uhuru knows what was signed and what was agreed. But it seems there have been contradictory messages, because Kalonzo has been insisting on Oka Azimio. I think when you listened to Kang'in Kega, who is an Jubilee member, he was talking of the name of the coalition is Azimio la Umoja, and of course there are some other issues. Then Raila Odinga's presidential campaign spokesperson Makau Mutua is saying that the name of the coalition is Azimio la Umoja. So this contradiction has been there, and I feel maybe Kalonzo Musyoka called on the president so that they can find a way to fine-tune this. I think this should be addressed. And I don't see a problem if Kalonzo Musyoka is given to be Raila Odinga's running mate, which I think that one has been my position here. What is the name? What is the problem with the name being Azimio Oka? Why must we go to Azimio Oka if we already have the running mate? I think it can only be, it's giving public identity that the government is Azimio Oka. But I feel like if Kalonzo Musyoka is a running mate, if he's been given the running mate position, then I think he should not go to the petty aspect of now the naming of Azimio Oka. For me, that is not a responsibility. That is not really, that's calling for more than what he has been given. So probably this might be the center of this conversation. Now, lastly, there is a cabinet reshuffle that is coming. I think it's according to, I think I read in one of the dailies that it should come in the next, I think it's next week. And so, there are government people from government who resigned to go and seek elective seats, and those positions had not been filled. So for the next 4 months, the president is supposed to do some reshuffle and inject in some new energy. Maybe I feel he's also meeting Kalonzo Musyoka to find out what exactly on how they can work together, or just seek an advisory, because Kalonzo Musyoka is also he's also someone who has been in government for long, just seeking an advisory. And we will see if someone from Kalonzo's side might get an opportunity. Remember, Wavinya Ndeti resigned and was from Kambani, or rather Machakos. Waita, from State House, is from Machakos. And so this could also be a probability. Now, lastly, I feel that this meeting was sealing the fate of Martha Karua. Martha Karua spoke, and I think I'll do an analysis about her. And she said that she's going to weigh on between Azimio or UDA. But initially it was like she cannot join UDA. But now she's saying she's weighing between the two. We will do an analysis about that. But then the president might be, in my own speculation, is telling the Oka team to move forward and just forget about the Martha Karua. I think this meeting, it could not go without mentioning the fate of Martha Karua, because Martha Karua and President Uhuru Kenyatta ni maji na mafuta. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my analysis on this. You can also get to a comment section and tell us what is the significance of this meeting and why it is now being made public.